Boston Latin senior Lori Pearson was volunteering at our local community center this past summer when she and a few other teenagers uncovered a contract long forgotten.
We've had this project of getting a recreational center built in Jamaica Plain for a couple of years now, and so what we were doing is trying to figure out where we could go to ask for money, donations for the recreational center. And we started thinking about different sponsors, and TD Garden came up.
And when the teen volunteers and their supervisor, Ken Tangvik, began to research the TD Garden, they discovered something that would change everything.
A neighbor, a historian in the neighborhood, tipped us off about it, and we saw that, oh my God.
What they found was an agreement between the TD Garden and the state, which mandated they raise money for the surrounding communities.
The TD Garden was supposed to make they were supposed to run 3 fundraisers a year and give that money for state recreation facilities. And we're like, well, how many have they done? And we went to the state and said, how much money have they given you? And the state wouldn't answer us.
The group claims that TD Garden owes more than $13 million to local communities. But according to government officials, they've run no fundraisers and paid nothing. Local Norwood State Representative John Rogers voted on the mandate back in 1993.
I actually voted for it. It was one of the first votes I ever took. It was Chapter 15 of the Act of 1993.
In the early 90s, the old Boston Garden wanted to build a new arena. But in order to get approval from Congress, the ownership group agreed to a few stipulations, and the mandate was very clear.
The very last section said that the new garden owners, in this case Delaware North, would be required to hold and sponsor 3 charitable fundraisers at the garden, the new garden, for 3 times a year.
Tangvik says they attempted to contact TD Garden and got no response. But after the Boston Globe picked up on the story, things began to happen.
We wanted to meet with them so many times, they wouldn't even return our email. Suddenly they're calling us off the hook, saying, we'll meet with you. Oh, can we meet today? And we're like, well, we've been trying to meet with you guys for 3 months.
We also reached out to TD Garden several times for the story and did not receive a reply. But in a recent Boston Globe article, spokeswoman for TD Garden, Tricia McCorkle, made no promises to pay up. She stated, TD Garden and DCR are committed to working together to develop a much clearer sense of everyone's obligations moving forward, and a resolution on the matter with realistic and relevant information.
Hopefully, if we actually get the $13.8 million, we hope that it will not only just go to our recreational center that we haven't had built for 16 years, but it will also go to other recreational centers to benefit other communities like ours.
After some negotiation in August, TD Garden and the state did agree to a compromise of $2.65 million, with the money going directly to the construction of a new recreational center in Jamaica Plains, Jackson Square. The group is now focusing on actually getting the rec center built.
We're just gearing up for more battles.
This might end up being a very long process, might end up being months, maybe even years, but we won't end until we get what we want and what we need.
For more information on the Massachusetts Act of 1993, Chapter 15, Section 7, contact your local representative or visit archives.lib.state.ma.us and demand some action. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Anthony.